In a rare public comment that has sent shockwaves through both fashion and entertainment industries, HYB founder Bang Si-hyuk has openly praised BTS's Jin for his successful collaboration with the prestigious French luxury jewelry brand, Maison Fred. In an exclusive interview with a South Korean cultural journal published today, Bang commended Jin's refined presence and tasteful aesthetics, saying, "Jin isn't just a performer, he's an icon of Asian elegance." His appointment as a global ambassador for Maison Fred is not only timely, but also symbolic of a cultural shift that places Korean artistry at the heart of global luxury. This statement comes just weeks after Jin stunned fans with his graceful appearance in a Spur magazine cover shoot, where he flaunted pieces from Maison Fred's iconic Force 10 collection. The January 2026 issue, which also featured personal insights from Jin, quickly sold out across Japan and South Korea, prompting additional digital reprints and international attention from Western fashion outlets. Bang Si-hyuk revealed that the partnership between Jin and Fred had been months in the making and was personally curated by both Jin and HYB's creative directors. "He was meticulous in every step," Bang explained. From the styling choices to the message conveyed, Jin understood that being the face of a brand like Fred was not about luxury alone. It was about legacy, craftsmanship, and storytelling. That's what sets him apart. Fans were particularly delighted by Jin's revelation during the Spur interview that he prefers long hair, stating that it gives him more confidence. Bang commented on this style choice as part of Jin's broader image evolution. "There's a softness and maturity in Jin's current look that mirrors the emotional depth of his music. His elegance isn't manufactured, it's innate. He carries himself in a way that is both commanding and gentle. That's what Maison Fred saw, and that's what the world is celebrating." In parallel with his fashion ascent, Jin has been captivating audiences with his solo activities. After completing his mandatory military service in June 2025, he released two highly praised solo EPs, Happy in late 2024 and Echo in mid-2025, both of which were lauded for their lyrical warmth and ethereal vocal arrangements. His solo tour, #Seokjin_EP tour, it kicked off a global frenzy, culminating in multiple sold-out stadium shows across Asia and Europe. Now, with an encore concert and live stream on the horizon, Jin's star power seems only to be rising. Bang Si-hyuk made it clear that Jin's involvement with Maison Fred is far from a one-off brand deal. "We're exploring collaborative projects that go beyond traditional endorsements," he hinted. "There is an artistic dialogue happening between Jin and these luxury houses. We're working towards something immersive, something that blends music, heritage, and high fashion." Sources inside HYB also confirmed that Jin will likely appear in an exclusive short film with Maison Fred, scheduled to premiere at a fashion film showcase in Paris in early 2026. This aligns with recent reports from French media that Maison Fred has been investing heavily in bridging East Asian narratives with European design principles, a vision that Jin, with his global appeal and emotional sensibility, perfectly represents. Luxury insiders point to Jin's resonance with younger luxury consumers, especially those in their 20s and 30s who value authenticity, emotional storytelling, and cultural sophistication. "What Jin brings to the table isn't just fame," said a senior editor from Vogue Korea. "It's his aura. He brings sincerity to every campaign, every message." Fred is not just using Jin's face, they are embracing his identity. On Korean social platforms like Naver and Dom, fans have erupted in support of Bang Si-hyuk's praise, with hashtags like #JNXFRED, #AsianElegance, and #BangPDapproves trending throughout the day. Many fans highlighted that Jin's beauty has always carried a subtle, timeless quality, one that doesn't rely on flashy trends but instead honors form, emotion, and simplicity. Bang Si-hyuk concluded the interview with a powerful statement. "As a producer, I've watched Jin grow from a young trainee to a global phenomenon. But as a Korean, I feel proud seeing him elevate the image of Asian men on a global fashion stage, not with loudness, but with grace. That, to me, is power." With Maison Fred now embracing Jin as the elegant face of its next chapter, and with Bang Si-hyuk's unshakable support, it seems the world is about to witness a new era of artistic luxury, one led by none other than Kim Seokjin. The broader implications of Jin's ambassadorship with Maison Fred have not gone unnoticed by analysts in the luxury marketing sector. According to Trendlux Asia, a fashion trend intelligence firm based in Tokyo, Jin's rise as a global luxury ambassador marks a generational shift in branding strategy. Historically, luxury brands sought Western models or celebrities to headline global campaigns, says editor-in-chief Naomi Sato. But in the past 5 years, Korean stars, especially BTS, have disrupted that formula. Jin represents a pivot to sophistication, softness, and authenticity. And Bang Si-hyuk's endorsement only cements that shift as intentional and strategic. In fact, it's not just Maison Fred benefiting from Jin's golden touch. Multiple brands across the fashion and lifestyle sectors have reportedly approached HYB's brand partnership division, seeking long-term collaborations with Jin. One anonymous insider noted, "He's not overexposed." Unlike some celebrities who appear in every campaign, Jin chooses carefully. That exclusivity adds to his value. Bang Si-hyuk addressed this as well, pointing out that Jin's appeal isn't something that can be engineered by PR. What people don't see is how deeply involved Jin is in creative decisions. When he said yes to Fred, it wasn't because of the paycheck. It was because he truly resonated with their values, their craftsmanship, their quiet elegance. And the fans agree. On platforms like Weverse, X, and TikTok, armies have flooded timelines with screen caps from Jin's Spur interview and behind-the-scenes clips from the Fred campaign shoot. One fan commented, "Jin's aura is like moonlight, soft, pure, and calming, yet impossible to ignore." Another post that went viral reads, "Jin doesn't need to say much to dominate a room. He wears the jewelry like it belongs to his soul, not his body." Interestingly, this wave of adoration comes not only from K-pop fans, but also from luxury connoisseurs and fashion critics around the world. One Vogue Paris columnist described Jin's latest campaign as an awakening of the senses and praised his ability to inject warmth into luxury minimalism, a rare skill even among seasoned models. HYB's move to pair Jin with Maison Fred seems especially strategic when considering the timing. His world tour, #RunSeokjin_EP tour, has given fans a rare look into his personal artistry, emotional growth, and solo charisma. His decision to intertwine this musical narrative with luxury branding has created what media outlets are calling a new blueprint for solo idol branding. In the Spur video, Jin didn't just pose in Fred's pieces, he told stories through them. "I like white gold because it calms me," he said softly, his voice underscored by ambient music and oceanic visuals. And the Riviera blue. "It reminds me of the sky I missed during military service." These subtle reflections added layers to the jewelry pieces. They weren't just accessories. They became metaphors for freedom, memory, and transformation. Bang Si-hyuk, who rarely comments in public about individual members' branding deals, broke tradition to celebrate this very nuance. Jin is one of the rare artists who brings meaning into everything he touches. Fred saw not just a celebrity. They saw an interpreter of beauty. As speculation builds around Jin's next projects, both musical and commercial, insiders suggest more collaborations with European luxury houses are on the horizon. There are whispers of a limited edition jewelry line co-designed by Jin himself, possibly featuring motifs from his solo songs like Moon, Epiphany, or Astronaut. Others believe he may step into creative direction roles for future fashion campaigns, especially given his growing interest in storytelling and aesthetic control. A recent industry report from KFA, Korea Fashion Alliance, listed Jin among the top 5 Korean male celebrities influencing luxury purchase intent in Japan and France. A remarkable statistic considering he spent over a year out of the public eye due to his military enlistment. That just shows his lasting power, said the report, and the loyalty of his fan base, who see him not only as an artist, but a symbol of Korean refinement. Meanwhile, back at HYB, Bang Si-hyuk has continued to spotlight Jin's importance in the post-military BTS era. In recent comments to shareholders, he mentioned the company's focus on supporting each member's individual strengths, noting that Jin's ability to emotionally connect with both Eastern and Western audiences is a rare gem. "We're building bridges through him." Cultural critics have echoed this sentiment. Dr. Helena On, professor of global pop culture at Yonsei University, recently wrote in a column, "Jin represents the evolution of the Korean male image in global media. Where once masculinity was equated with aggression or dominance, Jin offers a new archetype: elegance, vulnerability, strength in silence." This same archetype was fully on display in the teaser campaign for the January 2026 Maison Fred collaboration. Draped in light, wearing white tailored suiting and minimal jewelry, Jin looked not like a celebrity selling a product, but like an heir returning to reclaim his legacy.